Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Yondercraft. So, quick fire updates. I have placed plans for terraforming in front of where my base is. The tree farm needs fixing, however, we have saplings of every type except jungle. I have sort of instated a brick, oak wood, and smooth stone slab palette for community farms that spawn. We also have a villager hall in progress. This is a project of mine. I am slowly working on it. I would like eventually to be able to trade for pretty top tier tools from these villagers. We have the beginnings of a shop there because the spawn district is also the shopping district in most of our seasons. The post office is now open. We have a mailbox there. I've upgraded the villager breeder to one that works a little better where I don't have to reset the beds because after about the 4th time I did that, it stopped working. Let's see, is there anything else that I can think of? No. Alright. So, now we have a little bit of a project that I would like to start working on. Up here atop this mountain is where I am going to put the Beyonder news station. I'm aware that a lot of the server, while perhaps having produced content in the past, no longer produces content. This means that it's mostly me. I think I have fallen. This means that I am, I think, the only YouTuber on the server. However, I am not the only streamer. Waterblade. What this means is that it is difficult for every happening that goes on around the server to be documented. There's some things that happened in season 2.5 that I don't think anyone documented at all. This is a travesty, because the reason I make these videos is I would like to share the server with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. I do have my camera account set up for a time-lapse, however, I don't have the time to record a time-lapse. So instead what we're going to do is I'm going to flatten this real quick. And then I'm going to lay out some plans on camera. So, I do have some notes here. Yonder News. I will acquire a green screen. We need a recording studio. This is quite simple. There we go. Plans for the recording studio. Let me get my signs out so I can label it. Recording studio. There we go. And then we will block it in and off. We need a break room. This is quite simple. This is going to be way too small for a break room. I will turn it into a itsy bitsy little balcony. Put something nice there. Alright, break room. Small, because Yonder News is not going to be a very busy place. Alright, what is next on the list? A green room. For those of you who don't know what a green room is, to my understanding, it is the room where a lot of the camera setups and observation of how the cameras are recording goes. This will also be adjacent to the camera room. Alright. This entire space will be the rest of it. Good, good. Alright. Once again, I'm not going to build this now because I do not have the time to time-lapse it. So we're going to cut when I do have the time to time-lapse it. So for now, this is the completed building. It's not fully done. I'm going to add more. We have the interior. I did the roof off camera because my recording corrupted. Got lights and stuff. It's lit up. Building materials here. We have where the actual news station is, where the reporter will sit off and read news. You may have already seen the interior, depending on when I get the first Yondercraft News mini short out. But it also might happen after this episode, it all depends. So, It's Yondercraft's birthday as I'm recording this clip. I was going to make something special, a special build, but I really don't have a lot of energy to do that, loath as I am to admit it. So we're going to do something a little different. I do have the wheat. And plenty of buckets. That's an awful, awful sound. Why would they make it sound like that? I don't like that. That was awful. Sugar, and let's see. One last vital ingredient. A cake. Do I have a sign that yeah. That's clearly a conversation going on there. But this is my sign from earlier. So what we'll do is we'll stick this here. Happy B-Day, Yondercraft. I think this is Yondercraft's 3rd birthday. If someone knows and would like to add the proper amount of candles, cough, fellow Beyonders, cough, feel free. So now let's move on to the next project. Alright, so having learned that the last time-lapse didn't work, I've got another time-lapse sort of planned. This one I feel will be just as satisfying as the other one would have been, because it's still a time-lapse and time-lapses are satisfying. So, in between episodes, which I did not record this, or in between clips I guess, I didn't record this because it's, hold on, let me get this out so you can see. It's very dark. You may notice. I do actually know my way around this place, believe it or not. Did I go down the wrong... May have gone down the wrong thing. It's this one, yeah. I built this 3D maze, which I did off camera because it wasn't very interesting to watch. I learned that pretty quickly. And here, this is where we're gonna have farms and stuff. So here is where I'm gonna have the few farms. I have everything ready for a bamboo farm and a kelp farm, except dirt, it would seem. So I'm gonna grab some dirt, and then we're gonna try another time lapse. Alright, so that is a bamboo farm and a kelp farm. They just leave here for now. I have had to leave extra supplies in there. I'm 90% sure I did the kelp farm wrong, but I can't particularly fix it without having to dig out a lot more and own a lot more kelp than I do. So we're gonna leave it for now. Let me get my torches out, or lanterns, so we can see. If we go back through the maze, we now have 2 fuel farms done. One of them is questionably functional, the other is definitely functional. They're not lossless, they're just what I know how to build. You know how it is. So now, I'm gonna put this stuff away, and then we will have a quick overview of things I did off camera while trying to figure out how and where I felt like building that stuff. There we go. I mentioned earlier that I would be doing spawn stuff off camera. I have been doing it whenever I get bored. There are some changes that are notable, particularly the villager trading hall that now has 4 villagers in it. You heard me right, 4 villagers. And the community crop farm that now has several layers and will receive melon and pumpkin capabilities, and a bamboo farm layer once I have enough redstone to do those. Bamboo's gonna go on top, melon and pumpkin are gonna go next to it. This is because bamboo grows tall, and melon and pumpkin I can just tower. Inside of the trading hall up here, we have a gift from Moss, which is water-breathing potions for clay acquisition that I have been using as a storage chest. It looks like we've lost a man. So we only have 3 villagers in the trading hall. Yeah, this is probably because I don't block this off like I am supposed to. And when you don't block it off, zombies get in and kill your villagers. And we're still in the process of switching the server to hard mode, so right now it's not guaranteed zombification. Alright. So, typically, I only do 1 or 2 time lapses per episode, and we've already had 2, but because the first one didn't work and completely corrupted, we're gonna get a 3rd. And that is because if we scoot back into that maze whilst holding the lantern so that we can see, we can absolutely, we just whoop back in. There is another setup for something that I feel might be predictable, so I'm not going to say it until we read the sign. If you think you know what it is, you can guess in the comments. I would love to see. Go over here. Complete the exact same route that I have memorized now, but no one else does. And we go down this specific ladder. We can see that we have a smeltery planned. And it is time to get that time lapse going. And with that, we've reached basically the last minute of the episode. Another quick update on stuff I did between episodes while the time-lapse was rendering, stuff like that. Made some more villagers. The villager hall is still nowhere near complete because I am curating heavily what villagers go in, and right now I need a guy who will sell fortune pickaxes. Right now I don't have that. I've built up a collection of spare tools that are all fairly heavily enchanted. Let's see. The farms are doing well. I've modified the exterior of the chicken farm, accidentally culled a lot of chickens in the process, so I have some seeds for breeding. We have a full single chest of bread, carrots, and potatoes. Right now we're just working on beetroots, getting that finished. There is a sugar farm up at the top. I'm currently using it for bone meal. Little update on the villagers in the breeding pod. I'm not sure when this happened, but there's 3 of them now. They're still producing villagers, but I might have to cull that one eventually. And now, to show you guys the maze, we're going to take a torch out so we can see. I added a little bit of stuff onto the top of Beyond the Horizon News, just because it was a white blob from a distance and it needed some definition. I was going to say it looks like I didn't finish, but it was just not rendering. Next episode we're going to take this granite outline and hopefully start turning it into a volcanic formation. With a better entrance that is still zombie-proof like that one. For now, if we go down here, take a hot minute to sink through, and go all the way down the ladder, down through here, up through here, ignore that turn because that's a dead end, and then go down through here and get off the first stop. We can see that I actually made the fuel farms separate a little bit, and a little more efficient now. I'll be upgrading them off camera just as I go. And then the super smelters are complete. We have 48 dried kelp blocks to smelt with right now. There's still some of the coal here that I used for the last time I smelted up a batch of dried kelp. I have Optifine, some people don't, so the way most of the Beyonders are going to see this maze is pitch black, which is why it is spawn proof, because this is horrifying. I will be working, probably just in between episodes, with my camera account on making it look a little bit more like the sort of lush-ish wet caves that I have up here. And eventually it'll just be absolutely terrifying to look at. So that is the end of that. That is the end of the episode. If you're part of the morning crew, I hope you have a great day. If you're part of the evening crew, I hope your day has been great. And if you're part of the afternoon crew, well, I hope your day is going alright. I've been Ruby Robotic, and I will catch y'all in the next episode.